Right, so I'm at the train station heading to the cabin. I'm gonna be there for a couple of weeks, writing a new e-booklet and yeah, working on some other stuff, and as well as enjoying myself, of course, by myself in nature. I'm gonna do a lot of running, and yeah, so I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm gonna take the train today, so I'm here at the train station just waiting for the train to arrive. And I love riding the train, so I really look forward to that today. The train should be arriving in about 3 minutes or so, and it's a 2.5 hour train ride, and I'll take you with me on the journey from here to the cabin. So stay tuned for that. I've just arrived at Näslandsvatn, which is an intermediate stop on my journey. So the train trip is done, and I'm gonna be waiting here for about half an hour until my bus arrives. Then I'm gonna take the bus to Kragerø, which is the town I'm going to. And from there I'm gonna take the ferry across to the island, and then I'm gonna walk across with all the stuff about 2 kilometers to the cabin. Here we are inside the station building. A few pictures from the old times. Look at these guys. That guy almost has my kind of mustache going there, like a huge mustache. Yeah, so those guys were probably miners or whatever you call that. Winter. This is probably in the 70s or something like that. Nothing to do here but wait and look at cool pictures, I guess. And make sure no one steals my luggage. I'm always reminded when I travel in Norway and other places, but when I get away from the little area of Norway where I grew up and where I live, when I go away from that area, I always realize how rural most of Norway is. I mean, seriously, like, so I couldn't live anywhere else in Norway but exactly where I live, pretty close to Oslo, but still, you know, outside the city, urban. You know, I'm adapted to quite a modernized area and a certain standard. Whenever I get out of that area and I'm like out in nowhere land, like I am right here, I'm always just like, oh, I'm glad I don't live out here, because it would be boring. But of course, every now and then, like right now, I am heading out here to a fairly secluded place in order to relax and focus on running, focus on writing, and just take in the natural awesomeness. It's a nice place to hang out. I once hung out here for 3 hours or something. Last time I went to the cabin on my way home, the train was delayed. Extremely boring. Anyway, alright, I'm waiting for my bus, and when my bus arrives, I'll check back with you guys. I'm on the bus. So we've arrived and I have exactly 20 minutes, which is not that long, to go get all my food for a couple of days and then catch the ferry or the boat across to the island. So I'm a little bit stressed, but I hope I'll make it. Can't buy anything heavy, of course, so can't really go with all bananas. I have to get something lighter. So I'm probably gonna go with oatmeal or something. I'll catch up with you soon once I've gotten all the food. I made it, so I'm on my way to the boat now. I got my food, and yeah. Alright, so I was super lucky. This guy, I was just a little bit bold and I just said, do you have, can I catch a ride with you halfway across the island? And he was like, yeah, he had a car, you know. So he dropped me off here. It's about the halfway point, which makes the journey across the island much easier. So yeah, I'm pretty tired after the whole trip and everything, but I ate some dried figs before I went on a boat to get me some fuel for the walk. The boat ride, do you say that? The boat trip was excellent, was great, and now I'm here on the island. Check it out. Super nice. So now I'm gonna load up and then walk the rest. It's probably about a 1.5 kilometer walk, about 30 kilos of stuff all together with the food. So it's gonna be a pretty, you know, it's gonna be a session, a training session basically, but I like it. Alright, so here we are walking in beautiful surroundings. It is quite a workout. I keep alternating the big bag back and forth on the two different shoulders every 4 minutes or so. Holding the camera as well proves an additional challenge. Yeah, well, you know, I like this challenge a little bit. I feel like this is a tradition. Every time I'm here, alone anyway, I carry my stuff across the island. And it's tough, very tough, but it's a good workout. It's a really good workout. So I gotta put the camera down now. Check back in with you when I'm at the cabin. I made it, finally. Here we go. Oh yeah. Alright, so yeah, thanks for joining me on my trip today. It was a fun trip. I always enjoy this trip. I mean, I really love the train a lot, and then after that the hour bus ride, you know, that's not too special, but still enjoyable. And finally the boat. Yeah, I'll show you guys what I got in the store. They didn't have any ripe bananas, and I can't really carry, and there's no other good fruit really, but you know, I couldn't even carry, even if there was good stuff there. I need the most calorie dense foods at this point just to be able to carry as little as possible. I was already at my max capacity. So lettuce, lots of calories. I'm doing a lettuce experiment, eating some greens again, just seeing how it affects me. So I got some greens, 2 apples, for which I'm going to put in my oatmeal. I got an oatmeal that's gluten-free. I mean, oats are always gluten-free, but sometimes there's cross-contamination from the factory. These are definitely gluten-free though. Not the best option, but I mean, in a desperate situation like now, for a couple of days until I can go get a, you know, big box of bananas with the boat, with my own boat, I'll have to, you know, go to the third best option in terms of food. Butternut squash, that's gonna be good. Sugar, lots of sugar. I want to put sugar on my oatmeal for sure. Jam, I thought I could eat butternut squash with jam for breakfast. That's an option. another jam there. I could have it with my oatmeal as well. Corn, sweet corn, pre-cooked. I couldn't find fresh, but yeah, another option there. And then last but not least, I got about 3 kilos of sweet potatoes, which I can also eat for lunch and stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be that's what I'm gonna be eating for the next 2 days until I can go into town, not tomorrow but the day after. I mean, I could go tomorrow, but it's just gonna be inconvenient. I'll go on Wednesday instead. Today's Monday with the boat. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'm gonna make some cool videos down here, I'm sure, so stay tuned for those. I'm gonna be working, I'm gonna be training. It's gonna be a good little vacation for me, work vacation anyway. And now it's already dinner time. I'm gonna cook up something and sit down over there, eat, and watch the flag in the wind. Oh yeah. Thanks for watching, hope your day is going well. Subscribe if you haven't done so already, and stay tuned for more content coming up shortly. Alright, bye bye.